Let's get sweaty.
Hey guys, welcome to a Shenmue Dojo video. A slightly different take on a video this week in that it's going to serve as a reminder for the mass tweet that we're doing on the 4th of June. Now, a few of you are going to be looking at me going, what the hell are you on about? What mass tweet and all the rest of it. So this is going to serve as a reminder as to what we're doing, why we're doing it, and also I'm going to give a little example of just why it's so important that we're unified around the message around getting Shenmue finished, with one particular example that I think very much stands out. So first and foremost, when are we doing it? So most of you will be aware, and if you're not, welcome to the community, of course. On the 4th of every month, we go out tweeting hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4 and hashtag Shenmue Anime 2, pursuing a continuation of the series, either in game form or in anime form. Great, brilliant. On the 4th of June, very specifically, at 8 PM UK time, that'll be 9 PM in Europe, 3 PM Eastern time, 12 PM Pacific, and if you're still awake or getting up in Japan at this point in time, it will be 4 AM in the morning over in Japan. And what we're doing is we're going to send out a very specific tweet to all these companies, and I'm going to read the message out for you. It will also come up on the screen so everybody can see it. So here's the message. To continue hashtag Shenmue, WiseNet need a partner. Who is going to help and step up? And then hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4. And then we are tagging the following companies. So Sega and Sega Official, that's the Western Sega Twitter or X account as they call it these days, and the Japanese official accounts. Makes sense. Shenmue is the Sega IP. PlayStation, quite simply because it was on, Shenmue 3 was on PlayStation as all the other games, obviously prior to, after the Dreamcast. Yoshida from Sony, who very much heads up the indie game side of things there. Big Mo Games, who are a big publisher, have a lot of resourcing behind it. Epic Publishing, for a couple of reasons. One, they do like throwing money at things. When you think of Alan Wake 2, which is a fantastic game, but also probably a bit of a niche, I guess. Maybe not as much as a niche as Shenmue, but they're willing to take risks on projects. Top that off with the fact that years ago, Ryan Payton got Ueda's deal with Epic Publishing for his new studio at the time. So there's some sort of potential of relationship there. So why not? Epic like taking risks on projects. They haven't made their money back on Alan Wake 2 yet. And I don't think Shenmue 4 5 would cost anywhere near the budget of Alan Wake 2. So why not give this a go? Limited Run Josh, so from Limited Run Games, Josh is a massive Shenmue fan. He also tweeted that he felt that he could get a 5th game bankrolled if a 4th game was made, so absolutely why not. Devolver Digital, another big publisher. Tencent Games, controversial as I said in my previous video, but again with a lot of money, a lot of backing, a lot of studios. Ryan Payton, Nuff said Ryan was instrumental in getting the Kickstarter running with Yu Suzuki and WiseNet back in the day. Big Shenmue fan, and has a lot of reach, and I'm sure would love to see the series continue. And in that vein, Cedric Biscay as well, who again was instrumental in getting Shenmue 3 made, and his company Shibuya Productions put its own funding money into getting this thing off the ground. Now you're probably looking at me going, why is this important? Well, it's important for probably one or two very, very big reasons. Go and cast your minds back to, I think, early in May, where we published a interview with Yu Suzuki, which is going through Shenmue, Virtua Fighter RPG, the lot. Focusing on the Shenmue 4 section, we've done a lot of content on the YouTube channel about this recently. And it was very much confirmed that Shenmue 4 has a level of interest from partners, publishers, and it was also confirmed that Yu Suzuki would like to do Shenmue 4 and 5, so we're needing 2 games to get this thing finished. He also confirmed that if there was split development, it'd take 5 years per game, but if he could do them both together, he reckons he could get both games done in around 6 years, which I know sounds like a long time now, but if we got something greenlit within the next year, potentially, that would be great and we can get things finished. Now you're probably going, well, why aren't partners signing up? And they aren't. I don't know. There's probably a gap in terms of what's being offered, what the market is. There's so many reasons behind it. But the reason I'm focusing in on this is simply because the community can make a real big difference. If we push together with the message that I've just given out, and all the details will be in the description below, so you can pick that out, and any links that you'll need as well. you can then, on the 4th of June at 8 PM UK time and all the other times I've stated, can join in this push on Twitter, or as we call it, X these days, and come out and make a real amount of noise that could get a publisher to go, do you know what? Let's take a chance on Shenmue. The community are vocal. There's a lot of them out there. They really want this thing done. And it means we can, at the end of the day, make some money. Now, I have an example for everybody, which I am going to pull up on the screen right now as to quite why, A, it's important, and B, the fact this does work, right? So, coming up on the screen for everybody right now is a small post. This came from BCDC Dude over in our Discord, and he is reading The Guardian. They do a little sort of article within there called Pushing Buttons. And they came out and asked the question, any games that invoke a real world feel? I paraphrased it, but you get the idea. So then what the Shenmue community and what I did is I made a video about this, talking about it, and then saying, right, let's see if we can get some people out there to email about this, and let's see if we can get Shenmue's name in The Guardian, which is, for anybody who doesn't know, is a UK-based newspaper. Fast forward then over to May the 9th, and you can see a post we put out on Twitter, which confirmed that because the community united successfully, we got a mention, Shenmue got a mention in the article. And here you can have a quick look at the article itself under question block. And it's very, very much mentioned here. Third paragraph down from the question block section. And again, it talks about Shenmue, the real world feel. And Benji himself had a quote in there from his own submission as well, which is fantastic. So if you ever needed an example, a recent example of the Shenmue community pulling together and getting the name out there, that is one of many examples that we've had over the last few years of keeping Shenmue's name in the public spotlight. And it's massively important that we do that. When you think of the Retro Gamer Top 100, we came together. Shenmue finished in the top 10. The Empire Games Top 100. Yes, okay, Shenmue did drop down a little bit, but it still sat within the top 100, which is a fantastic achievement. And there's been other polls, other issues and things that have gone on the last couple of years where the community have come together and got the Shenmue name out there. This is no different. This feeds in, if you go way back to the Team U days, to the massive auto tweets that were done. Obviously I don't have that advantage now because of the Twitter APIs, and again, this is probably the most important thing we need to be doing now, which is getting together at the same time, the same place, and making some goddamn noise around getting this game finished. Because if we do, we get this thing trending, which we managed to do last month. I don't know how we did it last month because it definitely wasn't coordinated, but we did it anyway. So can you imagine the impact of a coordinated effort like this? You get it trending, you get the noise out there, you keep Shenmue in the public eye, and somebody could take a risk on this thing. That is why it's so important that we need to show that we're not just a united community, we're a vocal community, and we want this game done. We want this thing finished. Now you're asking me, probably the next question, where can I find all of this stuff? Now it's very, very simple. In the YouTube description, you're going to have the text that you can just copy and paste straight into X or Twitter, as we call it. Just copy and paste that in. There's also going to be a link down there to a video which Jibby has put together. What I'm going to say before about this video is please do not share the video itself until the tweets go out, because I want it to be a surprise. And also it's going to feed into something else I'm hoping to get off the ground, if, fingers crossed, if I can make this work in time. So you'll have the text, you'll have the video. The ask is very, very simple. Copy and paste the text, pop the video in, 8 o'clock UK time, 9 o'clock Europe time, 3 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock in the afternoon Pacific, or 4 a.m. in Japan, or wherever you are in the world, and we all put that out at the same time. People are wondering, well, yeah, how can I do this? Some people have been setting reminders on their phones. Some people have taken to using TweetDeck if they've got that facility, or other social media scheduling facilities. Put a reminder in your phone, write it down. It doesn't matter where, but make sure on the 4th of June at 8 o'clock PM UK time that you are out there pushing and using that message to get us a Shenmue 4 and get a conclusion to the series. I cannot stress how important this is to the community off the back of that interview. Obviously, if there's any questions, drop us a comment below, guys. I'm absolutely happy to answer anything. You drop us a line on Twitter, our Discord, wherever you find us, and I'll be happy to answer any questions as they come. I will be putting out one last reminder on social media on the day, so please do not forget. I'm not going to let you forget, but please don't forget anyway. And I will be back with a video in the not too distant future, going back to the normal style of content that we've been putting together. But for now, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for enjoying all the dojo content, and thank you in advance for coming together and making enough noise that we get this thing trending on social media. But for now, guys, take care. Have a good one.